Today, I'm going to be showing you how to play with the Pendulum cards that just released in Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Subscribe if you like Pendulum, and let's get into it. And here is the deck profile. So first, we're going to be starting off with the hand traps since it's organized like that for some reason. So yeah, first we're starting off with Max C. You're playing 3 of those. One of the best cards in the game. It is the best hand trap in the game. We're also playing Ash Blossom, since it's part of the Legendary 9 that people usually reference to, being the triple Maxis, the triple Ash Blossoms, the 2 Call Battle Graves, and the 1 Designator. Pretty much, they're all meant for Maxi, even the Maxi, funny enough. So yeah, that's the Legendary 9. Ash Blossom, really good card. Call Battle Grave, a great card as well. You know, Cross Out Designator, great card as well. Also, a reason why I play Cross Out is for Nibiru Primal Being, since I can call Nibiru and banish it if my opponent has Nibiru. I don't have to worry too much about it, since Nibiru is isn't much of a problem because we can play around the Nibiru with this deck, but it's always nice to have it just in case, so you can go for different lines. And of course, you're just playing 1 because you can draw it off of that Max C. If your opponent like starts comboing off and they're like, oh, my opponent's not going to do anything, boom, you draw into the Nibiru and boom, you blow up their field. Really good. Okay, so let's actually get into the Magicians. So first we have Wisdom Eye. Wisdom Eye, great card. You always want to put this card in scale to be able to pop itself while you control the Magician, and then place another Magician from the deck to scale. Great card, amazing. Like, you usually just like place the wires off of it, but there might be situations where you want to place the Harmonizing, or maybe some situation where you want to place the Gate Magician. Great card, very flexible. Best normal summon in the deck, yeah, Skokebat. It adds you a Odd Eyes, a Performer Pal, or a Magician. Of course, you're not adding a Performer Pal nor Odd Eyes, but it's always nice to mention since people do forget that this is not just a Magician card. So yeah, great card. Lets you search anything. Harmonizing a great card. Just like on Pendulum Summon, get special summon 1 monster from the deck. Usually you're special summoning the Oak Dragon since you can make Barone off of it. So yeah, like why not honestly. So yeah, you're playing this card at 3. You can potentially play this card at a lower amount, because you could search it off of the Beyond the Pendulum. However, since we are focusing on playing around the Nibiru with this deck, we would rather play 3 here in that case. The Wires Magician. This card is great. It's pretty much, you know, you loop it off of the Electromite Pops. Great card. It just, you search so much off it. You get to add the Star Pendulum Graph or the Time Pendulum Graph. Amazing. That's it. That's all I had to say. You're playing 2 Dark Worms. The reason why you're not playing 3 is because you don't usually want to see Dark Worm in hand. I'm gonna be real. Usually you want to send it off of the Fush Furial, the Dragon Shrine. It's just better. Opening it isn't that bad, but yeah, you just like, it's not a card you want to open, since if you open it with a normal summon such as Skokebat Joker, it gets very awkward. So yeah, you gotta just play other cards that get you into it. You're playing 1 Lightworm, since you can search it off of the Gate Magician or the Wings of Light. Which, yeah, just like, this card's really good for the long game. One thing that I want to mention, since I never did mention this during my deck profiles, Lightworm has an effect in the extra deck, where if a Pendulum monster you control is destroyed, you can add Lightworm from your extra deck to hand. So pretty much, like, if you have a Gate Magician in the extra deck currently, and you want to add that back to hand, you normal summon it, oh, you have a skill 1. Great card, amazing card. You're playing 1 Elf Dragon, since the main reason you're playing this is to be a target for Harmonizing Magician, since Barone is in the game, not compared to TCG. You're playing 1 Astragalth Sorcerer, because of course you're playing Astragalth. You would play this in the TCG version as well. However, the reason why you're playing it here is because we have Electromite. Electromite can just send it from the deck to the extra deck. It's insane. Okay, and we're playing Gate 0, so we could set it off of the one of the 3 Gate Magicians spell effect. Gate Magician's a great card. It pretty much keeps your combo going. It is great, honestly. Like it's great that you can search it off of Dark Worm. Usually your main target to search off of Dark Worm is the Gate Magician and not the Gate 0. And so the Gate 0 is going to be outfilled anyway. Bush Burial, I've already explained it. It's pretty much send Dark Worm, same as Dragon Shrine. We're playing one Triple Tactics Talent because you could draw this off the max C, or you can just open this and then be able to just play around your opponent's board very easily. Really good card. You're playing the 1-star Pendulum Gaff because you get to search it off of the double wires. And if you do open this, it's amazing because if you open it with Game Magician or Wisdom Eye, you pretty much get a free search. You're usually searching for harmonizing at that point, since you can just play around the view easier by that point. It's really nice. And we have the callbacks, as already explained. Cross-out Destinator, already explained as well. We have Wings of Light. Wings of Light is a really good card. This card lets you search the Game Magician or Lightworm, or even the Darkworm if possible. So it's just like a really good card. It's a quick play, so you can if you add it off of the Game Magician and your opponent drawing Lockbird to you get to chain Wings of Light to search. That's why I usually like to play Dream, but in this case, it's the deck. I wanted to keep it at 40, so I cut one. So honestly, you could play Dream. But I decided to play 2 just to keep it at 40 for consistency reasons. And the one-time Pendulum Gaff that you can search it off of the double wires. And yeah, that's pretty much how you can interrupt your opponent from back row. It's just good. It's just a really good card. Because if your opponent like Darkholder no mores you can activate Time Pendulum Gaff and then just start popping stuff. And now let's get into the extra deck. So first, we're going to be talking about Heavy Metal Pulse Electromite. I get very happy talking about this card because this card is insane. You must play it 100%. This card is insane. I miss it so much. God, I want it back in TCG. Next up, we have IP Masquerena. This card is great. It's a great card. You get to link summon to your opponent's turn. That's it. Next up, we have Beyond the Pendulum. You don't often go into Beyond the Pendulum in this deck for some reason. For some reason, I mean Electromite. You usually just go into Electromite instead. But sometimes you do have to go into Beyond the Pendulum and then get a search off of it. But it's very rare. Also, the turn 2 capability for this card is really good. But the fact that you can summon it, search, then on summon, if you summon 2 different levels to the zones it points to, it gets to destroy 2 cards on field. And SP Lonai, you're usually making SP Lonai off of the IP Masquerena. It's pretty much an interruption during your opponent's turn. Not much to say here. The Lonai is insane. Oh, wait, actually, I should say this because a ton of Master Duel players might not notice. SP Lonai, after it banishes itself off of its own effect and then comes back, you can summon it to your main monster zones, and then you have 2 extra monsters to summon off of the Pendulum Summon from the extra deck. So just have 2 extra zones. It is insane. So yeah, next up we have Exceed the Pendulum. Exceed the Pendulum is a great card. Just play this card. I wish it can be part of the end board constantly, but we do have to make Appaloosa, so it helps you climb up to the Appaloosa. And if you're asking, oh, why aren't you playing the Selene instead? Exceed the Pendulum lets you add a monster from your extra deck to hand. It lets you get into Appaloosa easier compared to Selene. Next up, we have Appaloosa, Bow of the Goddess. It's Appaloosa. It negates monster effects. I don't know what to say. It's a great card. And access code is for game. You could just go for a game with this card. This card is great. So the other cards that we're playing that aren't links, we're playing the one Odd Eyes Rebellion XYZ Dragon, mainly because Gate Magician's effects needs to send a XYZ Dragon, Pendulum Dragon, Fusion Dragon, or Synchro Dragon. But in this case, the best target would be Rebellion XYZ Dragon, since if you don't send this off of the effect of Gate Magician, you get to summon it. You get to summon this potentially at some point with 2 Gate Magicians or 1 Gate Magician and 1 Astrograph, and then you're able to just make a card that can destroy 2 monsters on field with less attack than Odd Eyes Rebellion XYZ Dragon. It's insane. You're playing Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon since you summon this and then you get to link it off, and then after you link it off, it activates the effect to summon the Vortex Dragon. It's pretty simple. There's not much to say about that. Baguska is just a really good utility card to be able to skill drain your opponent. It's very nice. It's a really good card. We have Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is to just lock out your opponent from using their graveyard. It was really good against Fire King. Whenever that matchup came up, it was really good against Lavinus Wall. it just comes up a lot in certain matches. Also great against tier limit. It's amazing against tier limit. There's a lot of tier decks over there with playing the horse stuff. Also great against horse as well, if you want to count that. We have Burrow on the floor. Burrow on the floor is very like self-explanatory. It is a negate, and also it can pop a card. It's a great card. Borlo Savage Dragon, a negate as well. We're just talking about negates. It's just all negates. Oops, negates. And we have Supreme King Starving Venom. Mainly, this is to copy the effect of Electromite. It may come up, and it's just your second copy of Electromite. However, there are moments where you can copy the effect of Access Code, start banishing stuff from the graveyard. It is insane. Or you could potentially just like copy the effect of Appaloosa if that's in your game, or just like copy the effect of Exceed the Pendulum if it's in the grave. It is insane. I don't like this card's insane. This card is banned in the CCG as well for a good reason. This one is like way more understandable compared to like Electromite. And yeah, that's it for the deck. Let's get into the combos, I guess. So first, our hand looks like a Skokubat Joker, a Maxi, a Harmonizing Magician, a Dragon Shrine, and a Crossout Designator. This card is a custom hand, I'm not gonna lie. This card's insane. Like, this hand is crazy. So, yeah, let's just see how it plays out in its fullest potential. So, we have Dragon Shrine effect, sending the Dark Worm. You're going to Dark Worm effect, summon itself, then Dark Worm effect. You're going to be adding the Gate Magician as mentioned. So here, use Skokubat, add another Gate Magician, mainly because if you already have a high skill at this point, you get to add the other Gate Magician because you get to extend the combo at that point. So, let's, we're going to make the Electromite. We're going to Electromite effect, sending... Oops, it got negated. Oh well, that's fine. We don't play Imperm, so you can't just cross out it. That's completely fine. Oh, we could play around this. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. So here, we're gonna use the effect of Gate Magician in scale to pop itself, then place the Gate Zero. This is what I mean that we can extend. So here, we're gonna Gate Magician effect. Oh, they activated Maxi. We can cross out that. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Ooh, yeah. So, yeah. We Gate Magician effect. Summon itself out. Oh, look at that. We're going to activate the effect. Get to search the Light Worm. Then we're going to link them off into Exceed the Pendulum. Do you have another Imperm? Oh, it looks like they don't. So here we scale the Light Worm. We're going to activate the effect of Exceed the Pendulum. They could potentially Nibiru here, but it's completely fine because we do have the Harmonizing Magician in the hand, so you get to end on the negate anyways. So, just summon the Appaloosa. Then, we're going to Pendulum Summon. Oh, yes. We have a lot of zones to work with. So here, we Pendulum Summon 4/4. We summon the Harmonizing, 2 Gate Magicians, and 1 Dark Worm. We're going to activate the effect of Harmonizing Magician to summon the Oath Dragon as mentioned in the deck profile segment. And then we're going to make the Burrow on the floor. So here, then we go into the Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. So then, you link them off. You make the good old IP Masquerena, because you're gonna save the interaction for next turn. And then you activate the effect of Absolute Dragon, summon out the Vortex Dragon, meaning we have 1 negate, 2 negates over here. So we have 4 negates right there, 2 monster negates and 2 omni negates, and a IP Masquerena that gets to banish one of my opponent's cards. So let's see what our opponent has. They had nothing. Let's get into the other combo. So here, I decide to go first, and this is our hand. Okay, so our hand is Harmonizing Magician, Double Wires Magician, Supreme King Gate Magician, Star Pendulum Graph, and a Crossout Designator. So yeah, I just like, I be drawing that every single game. So here, we're gonna activate Star Pendulum Graph first, so our opponent cannot target any of our like Pendulum Monster Spell Cards effects, just in case, you know, who knows, maybe someday that will be relevant, who knows. So we activate the effect of Gate Magician. We Gate Magician pop itself. Just place the Gate 0. We activate the effect of Star Pendulum Graph. Star Pendulum Graph adds us to Gate Magician. Gate Magician effect to summon itself. Gate Magician effect to search the Light Worm. We're going to Light Worm effect. Normal Summon. Activate effect to add a Gate Magician back to our hand. We summon Electromite. Since it's one of the most insane parts about this deck. So if you have Electromite plus Duel here, it is insane because you're able to pop the Duel. So here we go. We send Astrograph. We're gonna pop the Duel, add back the Astrograph. So here we're gonna chain link one the effect of Electromite to add to not add, I mean draw a card. Then we're gonna activate the effect of Duel, add a Pendulum Graph from deck to hand, and then we chain link 3, activate Astrograph. This line is busted. I love it so much. Summon the Astrograph, add back a Duel, then we add the Pendulum Graph. So we pretty much have a skill. And also we got, whatever, we drew into another Duel. That's cool. So here we summon the good old Exceed the Pendulum. Exceed the Pendulum will add back any card at this point. We're just adding the Gate Magician at this point. So we're gonna summon the Gate Magician off of the Exceed effect, then blink it off into a Appaloosa Dragon. Appaloosa Dragon? What? Why did I say that? So so summon Appaloosa, then you're gonna Pendulum Sun 4/4 as in the previous combo. So here you do pretty much the same line here, and you go into Burrow on the floor, then you Exceed into Absolute Dragon, then you link them off into a IP Masquerena, then you activate the effect of Absolute Dragon to summon the Vortex Dragon. Then you set to, you set your cross out, you set your Pendulum Graph. Now let's see what our opponent does. Let's see what they do. They must have something, right? Okay, they're trying. Okay, so they activated the effect of Lebellion. We're gonna negate that with Appaloosa. Negated. Okay, cool. Oh, we're playing against Brandon. That's cool. Okay, so we're gonna negate the extra draw just in case if they draw into a Dark Hood no more or something like that, because if they would have activated it already at this point. Okay, they're gonna effect of Fusion Deployment to summon the Blazing Cartesia. Okay, now then they summon the Incredible Ecclesia, and we're going to on the summon activate Time Pendulum Graph. So there's a very cool interaction that Time Pendulum Graph has, that if it does not destroy both of the cards that are currently targeted, so I get to send one card my opponent controls to the graveyard. This is not in a new chain, by the way. It's all part of the same effects. So they activated the effect of Incredible Ecclesia to tribute itself. So that means I can't destroy it. So they're gonna summon the Albaz, sure. So I get to send the Blazing Cartesia, and they cannot respond to that. So let's see. Let's see what they got. Okay, we're gonna fall on Albaz. This card, the I forgot the name of this guy, the Albion. We're gonna negate the effect of Albaz with the effect of Burrow on the floor. Okay, cool. We add back off of the effect of Sarpanogaf, which is very nice. They attempt to activate Nadir Servant. We negate that with the Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon, as always. And they drew into Call by the Grave. Cool. I'll just chain IP Masquerena for the fuck of it because they didn't have anything. Because I get to IP Masquerena, banish the funny enough, I could just banish the Brandon and High Spirit at this point. Or maybe the Cartesia. Any of them is fine. Neither will be relevant. So yeah, that's it. Our opponent lost. This deck is insane. If you enjoyed this video, give it a good old like. And subscribe if you want to watch a guy who covers multiple topics of Yu-Gi-Oh! While also being well known for playing Pendulum decks. And also making videos about them. I definitely recommend you check out the other stuff I make. Like this one right here.